The whole idea of the Christian embassy, the idea was,
You had it.
yeah, the idea that struck me was we had in 1977. We were here in 1977. Um, it was a time of, it was just following the Yom Kippur War and the loss of 3,000 young people and so on. All this was in the past. People were really dampened by this. It was the joy of the 67 when evaporated in the 73, many cases. So anyway, we brought in a film on Alaska, the most fabulous film you ever can imagine. And we lived 50 meters from here in another house over here, big house. And we had about 600 Israelis that came to the house to see this film. Because I said,
On Alaska?
suddenly, yeah.
They
I said,
loved
suddenly, they've got to be lifted out of this malaise and given something else to think about. So this film was 85,000 feet of film cut to 4,000 feet. The most fabulous shots of adventure and all sorts of things in Alaska. It was a personal story of this chap. And so when they came, and we just enjoyed the Kesher. They enjoyed them being here and everything. I said, no, we need some place like this where there's no strings attached. It's not a hidden agenda. It's a place devoted completely to the future of Israel. And so that was the idea. And so we started off at the Feast of Tabernacles in 1980. We saw that all the embassies left Jerusalem, all 13, and because of oil pressure. So I said, it's time we put one in that represented the kingdom of God, that wasn't pressed by oil, but maybe the oil of the Spirit. And so we started this with about 11 couples, and we got it underway in a little apartment you could reach across, a little apartment in Rahavia. And so it blossomed from there because it was the right time and the right place with the right people. Teddy Kollek was so moved, he says, this is the purest thought. He was the mayor of Jerusalem at that time. He said, this is the purest thought I've ever experienced in Jerusalem.
And the chief rabbi.
And the chief rabbi, Goran, at that time, he invited us all to come to the Hekel Shlomo, the big synagogue here. And he said, you are like a golden page in our history. So, all that put together, we discovered that not only the Jewish people needed assurance, but we did too. And so it started as this little reach across little dumpy apartment. It's now has a beautiful setting. And it has branched off into profound social work, developing survivors, Holocaust survivors, building 85 people in it, and then thinking of building another one. We're doing a school for underprivileged kids. They brought in the tribe of Manasseh, paid for their flight in here, all sorts of things. And I'm very proud of them, how it's gone.